folks, Dave Lawrence here again. I want to opine a little bit about the news of politics and some of the people in politics and the Occupy Wall Street movement. So, I heard a little excerpt of Newt Gingrich. I don't know if it was in a debate or if it was an interview on a television show, but anyway, he was quoting Captain John Smith, I believe it was, who was, founder of one of the original English colonies here in America. And he was quoting, because I think Newt Gingrich is supposedly some type of a historian. So he was quoting Captain John Smith as saying that to the folks at the settlement, some of the rich, I think they were, I don't know if we want to say aristocrats, but some of the rich folks in the settlement, that if they were not willing to work, then they should not eat. And that got a round of applause from the audience. But I found it odd that Newt Gingrich wasn't willing to attribute that quote. I mean, I'm sure that John Smith made that quote there in that colony, but that original quote is from the Bible. It was written by the Apostle Paul, written to the church in Thessalonica. So I don't know if Newt Gingrich is too good to quote the Bible, if he doesn't want to be included in with people that quote the Bible. But I'm sure that's who Captain John Smith was quoting. But anyway, this idea about if a man will not work, then he shall not eat, then Gingrich wanted to turn that onto the Occupy Wall Street movement, which, again, Captain John Smith was speaking to aristocrats, rich people who had money that didn't want to work. And here at Occupy Wall Street, we're talking about working folks, average Joes, not corporate persons, but average people that really have to work, that are occupying a park, we'll say, in an effort to get some attention about the financial and social injustice in America. So Newt Gingrich wanted to equate that these people who are occupying Wall Street don't work, therefore they should not eat. So once and when he went back to his trite line of, go take a shower or take a bath and then go get a job. As if the 99% who believe in the Occupy Wall Street movement, as if 99% of these folks don't work. And also I just wonder, where does Newt Gingrich get that idea that people that are occupying Wall Street or these various parks around the nation, that these people stink and don't bathe? Has he been down there to smell them? Does he have any friends that have been down there and smelled these folks? And even if they do, that's really just a side issue. These people are willing to sacrifice, they're willing to get out and do something to make a point about the injustice in America. They're camping out in the park, they're willing to forego a bath, they're willing to use facilities for, restrooms that aren't really of the modern era. I mean, they're willing to make a stand. They're inconvenienced by this. I don't think any of these people, they'd probably rather sleep in their house or in their apartment and use a real toilet and take a real bath. And they probably do take breaks from their Occupy movement to get back to their normal life and do some sanitary or some hygiene maintenance. So for Newt Gingrich, a rich guy, to call working folks, in a sense, lazy because they're willing to make a stand against the 1%, the rich, that are taking advantage of the 99%, this 1% rich aristocracy who lobby Congress and get laws passed and get things done their way because of the money. Okay, that's what this is really about. Again, the crux of the issue is the money in politics. I don't think I'd be going too far out on a limb if I said if we took the money out of politics, if we got the lobbyists out of Washington, and if we got real public servants in Washington, in Congress, in Senate, if we got real public servants in there, we probably wouldn't see Newt Gingrich's face again. we probably wouldn't see Nancy Pelosi's face again, nor would we see John Boehner or Eric Cantor. I think once it came down to they couldn't take political money, they couldn't fundraise from sun up to sundown, and if they weren't assured of, once they left office, of having a nice 7-figure lobby job to go to fall back on, so to speak, it just really, it's hard for me to believe that we could have somebody running for president in this country that wants to put down working Americans, that are willing to make a stand against the corruption, the political and financial injustice that's taking place in our nation. So please, if you listen to this man, this Newt Gingrich character, please don't believe that he's as smart as he wants to come across as. So just please understand that it's time to make some change in America. Newt Gingrich and people that are in politics for the sake of making money and for doing favors for their rich friends in corporate America, these are not the guys that are going to do anything for us working class folks. So thank you for hearing me, and God bless.